"What the hell, Kim Taehyung?" That was the reaction flooding social media within minutes. Not after a major announcement. Not after a surprise performance. But after fans noticed something they had been waiting for far longer than anyone expected. Brown hair Taehyung is back. And suddenly, army around the world completely lost their minds. The internet moves fast, especially when it comes to BTS. Trends appear and disappear every day, new photos constantly emerge, and fans are always finding something exciting to discuss. Yet every once in a while, a moment arrives that instantly feels different. For many fans, the return of Taehyung's brown hair is exactly that kind of moment. What might seem like a simple hairstyle change to casual observers has become one of the most talked about topics among AIMY today. Across social media platforms, fans are reposting photos, creating edits, comparing old eras, and expressing disbelief that one color change could generate such an emotional reaction. But according to many fans, this isn't really about hair. It's about what the hair represents. Throughout BTS's career, Taehyung has gone through numerous visual transformations. Black hair, blonde hair, grey hair, colorful experimental looks, and countless fashion concepts have all become memorable parts of his journey. Yet brown hair holds a special place in BTS history. For many longtime fans, brown-haired Taehyung is associated with some of the most beloved eras of his career. It represents warmth, comfort, nostalgia, and perhaps most importantly, familiarity. That emotional connection explains why social media exploded the moment fans started sharing new images and clips. Comments quickly appeared everywhere. "The brown hair is back. I can't believe we are seeing this again. This feels like coming home. Why am I emotional over a hair color? He looks exactly like a memory." While those reactions may sound dramatic, they reveal something interesting about Taehyung's relationship with fans. Over the years, Taehyung's image has evolved continuously. He has grown from a young idol into a global superstar, fashion icon, performer, and artist. His style evolved. His mindset evolved. His stage presence evolved. Even his public image evolved. Yet certain visual elements remain emotionally tied to specific memories for fans. Brown hair is one of those elements. And in 2026, its return feels particularly meaningful. The timing is impossible to ignore. BTS is currently in the middle of the massive Arirang World Tour. The group has already completed huge performances across North America, creating countless viral moments along the way. Meanwhile, Taehyung himself has become one of the most discussed members of the tour. His Las Vegas performances generated enormous attention. His emotional speeches created headlines. His stage presence sparked endless discussions. And fans continuously debated how much he seemed to have changed after military service. Many fans described his current energy as calmer, more mature, more grounded, more confident. Now, with brown hair suddenly entering the picture, some fans feel like two different versions of Taehyung are colliding. The mature Taehyung of 2026. And the nostalgic Taehyung many fans first fell in love with years ago. That combination is creating a powerful emotional reaction online. Because fans aren't simply seeing a hairstyle. They are seeing memories. Every AIMY seems to have their own favorite Taehyung era. For some, it was a specific album. For others, a certain concert. A favorite performance. A particular variety show appearance. A meaningful interaction. And somehow, brown hair often appears in those memories. As new photos continue circulating, fan edits comparing past and present versions of Taehyung are spreading rapidly. The comparisons reveal something fascinating. Yes, the hairstyle may look familiar, but the person wearing it has clearly changed. The Taehyung of 2026 carries himself differently. His expressions feel different. His confidence feels different. His overall aura feels different. That contrast may be the real reason today's discussion has become so emotional. Fans are looking at a familiar image attached to a completely new version of the same person. And that creates a strange feeling. Comfort mixed with growth. Nostalgia mixed with change. Past mixed with present. Many fans are now speculating that this visual transformation symbolizes something larger. Not necessarily a new album. Not necessarily a new concept. But perhaps a new phase of Taehyung's public identity. Throughout the Ararang era, fans have repeatedly commented that Taehyung appears more authentic than ever before. More relaxed. Less guarded. More comfortable, showing his natural personality. The return of brown hair somehow fits perfectly into that narrative. Unlike more dramatic hairstyles designed to create shock value, brown hair feels effortless. Natural. Timeless. It doesn't scream for attention. Yet it receives attention anyway. That quality mirrors the way many fans currently describe Taehyung himself. His influence in 2026 often feels less dependent on flashy moments and more connected to quiet charisma. Even during concerts, fans frequently mention how he can dominate attention without doing anything extraordinary. A glance. A smile. A simple interaction. A moment of silence. Those moments often become just as viral as major performances. Brown hair seems to amplify that effect. Instead of distracting from him, it allows fans to focus directly on his expressions, emotions, and presence. And judging from today's reactions, that presence remains as powerful as ever. If anything, it may be stronger. Some fans are even calling this the return of comfort Taehyung. Others describe it as the perfect mix of old Taehyung and new Taehyung. And perhaps that's why the reaction feels so intense. The hairstyle itself isn't revolutionary. But what it represents emotionally is. It reminds fans of where they started, while simultaneously showing how far Taehyung has come. That's a powerful combination. Especially during a year that already feels transformative for him. As BTS prepares for more Ararang performances, and fans continue celebrating every new photo, one thing is becoming increasingly clear. The return of brown hair may seem like a small change on the surface. But inside the fandom, it has become something much bigger. A symbol. A memory. A conversation starter. And perhaps even a reflection of the journey Taehyung himself has taken. Whether this hairstyle lasts for weeks or months remains unknown. But one thing is certain. Today, ARMY looked at Taehyung and collectively had the exact same reaction. What the hell, Kim Taehyung? And judging by the internet's response, they meant it in the best possible way. But as the excitement continued growing throughout the day, fans began noticing something even more interesting. The conversation was no longer only about the hair. It was becoming a conversation about Taehyung himself. Because when people looked at the newest photos, many felt that the familiar brown hair somehow highlighted how much he has changed since the last time they saw him in a similar look. In older eras, brown-haired Taehyung often carried a youthful energy. There was a softness to his expressions, a playful unpredictability, a sense that nobody ever knew what he might do next. That version of Taehyung became one of the most beloved images in BTS history. But the Taehyung standing in front of fans in 2026 feels different. Not less charming. Not less charismatic. Just different. More experienced. More confident. More comfortable in his own skin. And that difference is exactly what many fans can't stop talking about. Across social media, ARMY began posting side-by-side comparisons between older photos and the newest images. The similarities were obvious. The hairstyle, the warm visual tone, the familiar feeling. Yet the eyes seemed different. Many fans commented that Taehyung now carries a calmness that wasn't as visible years ago. Some described it as maturity. Others called it emotion.